Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is August 8th, 2022. It's on Monday, and it's sunny outside. The advances in medical treatment helped my disease. Thanks to the advancement in the new technologies, many diseases which we cannot deal with might be cured in the future. I hope the new technologies will deal with and solve many difficulties or problems that we cannot deal with now. I hope the advances in medical treatment will help more diseases, illnesses that the current medical treatment cannot solve. The pace of the advances in new technologies is so fast. The speed of advancement. The speed of advances in new technologies is so fast. The pace of the advances in new technologies is so fast. I am surprised at the rapid pace of the advances in new technologies and medical treatment. Thanks to the advances in medical treatment, more and more diseases are possible to treat. Thanks to the advances in new technologies, more and more problems can be solved. The new medicine enabled me to solve this problem. The new medicine enabled me to deal with the skin problem. 70%, but not perfect. The new medicine enabled me to deal with the disease. The internet enabled us to communicate with each other easily. The internet enabled us to communicate with each other easily. The tourism agencies and industries expected the growing number of foreign tourists, but due to the pandemic, it decreased 99% after the pandemic. Many tourism industries expected the growing number of foreign tourists. %40 of the students tend to have the same year because they failed to earn enough credits. 40% of the students in the university are inclined to have the same year because they failed to earn enough credits. One in three students in the high school go to the national university. 1 in 4 students in the school go to national university every year. 1 in 5 students in the cram school go to the University of Tokyo every year. One in 10 chocolate boxes have the gold card. One in 10 chocolate boxes has the golden card. One in 10 chocolate boxes has the golden card. So if you get the golden card, you are lucky. I don't wanna inconvenience others, so I refrain from going outside. I refrain from going beyond the prefecture. I don't want to inconvenience others. Since I didn't want to inconvenience others, I refrained from going beyond the prefecture. There are many things inconveniencing us. There are many things inconveniencing us. The pandemic is still conveniencing us. The pandemic is still inconveniencing us. I hope it will end. I want it to be end. I want it to end. I'd like it to come to an end. I want bring it to an end. I want it to end. I'd like it to end. Everyone wants the pandemic to end. Everyone wants the pandemic to end. Everyone would like the pandemic to end. Please stop inconveniencing me. Please stop inconveniencing me. I'm sorry to inconveniencing you. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. I was kept waiting for 30 minutes. My friends inconvenienced me. But he paid me dinner to compensate for the inconvenience, to make up for the inconvenience. There are many things inconveniencing me, inconveniencing us. The delay of the passenger inconvenienced us. The delay of the selfish girl to a bus, inconvenienced us. The employee was demoted to the clerk in charge from the executives. The executive member was demoted to the clerk in charge. The general manager was demoted to assistant manager for his corruption. The general manager was demoted to the assistant manager. The general manager was demoted to assistant manager. Since I didn't want to be demoted, so I worked so hard. On the other hand, I wanted to get promoted, so I did my best. I did a lot of effort. Everyone doesn't want to be demoted. Every employee doesn't want to demote. Every employee doesn't want to be demoted. I don't want to be demoted, so I did my best. The employee was demoted for his negligence in a row. The employee was demoted for his negligence at work. If you keep being negligent at work, you will be demoted. If you want to avoid being demoted, you should do your best. You should show your effort to your boss. If you keep being negligent at work, if you keep being negligent, you will be demoted. If you keep being negligent, if you keep being negligent, if you keep being negligence, if you keep being negligent, you might be demoted. The CEO demoted one of the executives to an employee. The CEO of the company demoted the executive member to clerk in charge. The CEO of the company demoted the general manager to assistant manager. The CEO of the company demoted the general manager to assistant manager. The CEO of the company demoted the general manager to assistant manager. The employee was demoted for a series of negligence mistakes. The executive was demoted for a series of negligence at work. The executive was demoted for a series of negligence. Do you know how to improve speaking skill? Do you know the best way to improve speaking skill? I'd like to improve my speaking skill. Not many people have the ability to speak 7 languages. Many people in the world have the ability to speak English. I hope more employments will be created. I hope more employments will be created. The venture companies helped create more employments in the village. The venture companies helped to create more employments in the village. The venture companies helped to create more employments in the village. The venture company in the village contributed to creating employments. The venture company contributed to creating more employment in the village. The venture company contributed to the creating employment in the village. The venture company helped to create more employment in the village. The venture company helped create more employment in the village. The venture company helped create more employment in the village. I was diagnosed with common cold. The doctor diagnosed me with common cold. I was diagnosed with common cold. Why are you confident that you can pass the examination, although you haven't studied at all? I was already sure, and I was confident that you would pass the examination. I was confident that you would pass the examination because I had been seeing your a lot of effort daily. So it was no wonder you passed the examination easily. Can I know why you have so much confidence that you can pass the examination? Can I know your much confidence? Why you think you can get the Nobel Prize for physics? Why do you have such confidence that you can get the Nobel Prize for physics? I'm confident that you will succeed in your life. I'm confident that you will succeed in your life. Are you confident? Why are you so confident? Why are you so confident? Some students are not confident to ask questions at class, including me. I was not brave. I was not confident enough to ask questions at class. I was not confident enough to ask questions during the class. Are you confident enough to ask questions during the class? Sure. Why not? I was confident that I would pass the examination, but I failed in the end after all. Thanks to the medical treatment, my skin problem is dealt with to a certain extent, to some degrees, to some extent. Thanks to the advances in medical treatment, more and more diseases are becoming possible to deal with, solve. Thanks to the advances in medical treatment, more and more diseases are becoming possible to treat. Where can I get the treatment? When I slipped over and got injured on my knee, I went to the hospital to get the treatment. When I slipped and got injured on my knee, I went to the hospital, or actually clinic, to get the precise treatment, not from the medicine that I have from the pharmacy. Just in case. I got angry at the attitude from the receptionist of the hotel. The treatment was so bad, so terrible. I got angry at my treatment at the reception of the hotel. I got angry at the treatment of the receptionist towards me. It was so terrible. It was as reputed on the page. It was as reputed. Where did you get the treatment? 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 The treatment of the variables must be done with utmost care. The treatment of the variables must be done with utmost care. The treatment of the poultry must be done with utmost care. I'd like to know about the treatment of the musical instrument because I'd like to keep it pristine. I'd like to leave it pristine. I don't want to break it down. I am not a child anymore, so please treat me as such. I am no longer a child. I am no longer a child. I am by no means a child. I am anything but a child. I am not nearly a child. I am on no condition a child. I am on no condition a child. So please treat me as such. 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 I went to the clinic and had my knee treated, had my injury treated. I went to the clinic after sleeping over to have my knee treated, to get my knee treated. Do you know whether the store treats video cassette yet? Do you know whether the store still treats video cassette? Do you know whether or not The store still deals in video cassette. Do you know whether the store still deals in video cassette? VHS, video cassette, cassette tape, video cassette tape. Do you know whether the store still deals in video cassette? After tripping over, I went to the clinic to get my knee treated, to have my knee treated. Don't treat me like that. My parents still treat me as child. My parents still treat me as child. Don't treat me like that. Don't treat me like that. Don't treat me like that. My doctor treated my injury. My doctor treated my wound. My injury was treated by the doctor. My injury was treated by the doctor. I'd like to treat you to sushi when you come to Japan. When you come to Japan, I'd like to treat you to sushi. The diplomat was treated to sushi at the meeting. I was treated for exotic cuisine when I went to the country. I was treated to exotic cuisine at the wedding ceremony. Do you like survival game? Do you like a survival game? Do you like survival games? Do you like survival games at the deserted island? Deserted island. Do you like to have a survival game in a deserted island? In a deserted island. Do you like to have a survival game in a deserted island? Could you tell me the truth about the survival rate? Could you tell me the true survival rate? The doctor told the patient about the survival rate. The doctor told the patient the survival rate. I don't like the survival system of the society. I don't like the survival system of the society. Survival at classes. Survival for examinations. Survival for entering university. Survival for entering companies. Survival for anything else. I don't like the survival system of the society. And I'm sure more people other than me think the same. I could survive the examinations today. I could survive the examinations today. Some refugees could survive after the disaster. Fortunately, all of the refugees survived after the disaster. Fortunately, all of the refugees survived after the natural disaster. Not many students could survive the hard training, and half or 60% of the students quitted the club activity, dropped out of the club. Fortunately, all of the refugees survived the disaster. Fortunately, all of the refugees survived the disasters. Only a few students survived after 12-hour intense lecture. Only a few students were still studying and survived after hours of studying, more than 12 hours. The police officers were searching for survivors after the disasters. The police officers were searching for survivors after the disaster. I could hear the story from the survivor of the war. I could hear the story from the survivor of the war. I could hear the story, real story from the survivor of the war. The police officers are searching for survivors. I could hear the story from the survivor of the war. I had the chance to hear the real story from the survivor of the war. I could hear the real story from the survivor of the atomic bomb dropping in 1945 onto Nagasaki Prefecture. I had a chance to hear the story from the survivor of atomic bomb drop in 1945 onto Nagasaki Prefecture. I had a chance to hear the story from a survivor who experienced the atomic bomb drop onto the Nagasaki Prefecture. I had a chance to hear the story from the survivor of atomic bomb drop onto Nagasaki Prefecture. Survivor. The true story from the survivor should be passed down from generation to generation, The story from the survivors should be handed down from generation to generation. The rising prices, the commodity prices are going up at a rapid pace, at a rapid rate. The commodity prices are going up, increasing at a rapid rate. The birth rate in Japan has been decreasing since few years ago. The population rate is decreasing. The birth rate has been decreasing. The birth rate has been decreasing. The population rate has been decreasing since a few years ago. I'd like to pass the examination. I'd like to enter the company at any rate. I'd like to enter the company at any rate. I'd like to enter the company at any rate. I'd like to enter the company at any rate. I wanted to help you set up the table at any rate. I wanted to help you at any rate. I wanted to help the city, my city, flourish again at any rate. I wanted to help my city revitalize at any rate. 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 We will meet and discuss it tomorrow at any rate. We will meet at the office tomorrow and discuss it tomorrow. At any rate. 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 I will finish the tasks I can deal with at any rate. In the first place, I will deal with the tasks I can deal with. At any rate, anyway. At any rate, I will deal with the tasks I can do. At any rate. I cannot withstand the noise at any rate. I cannot sleep with others snoring so noisy at any rate. At any rate, I want the pandemic to end. At any rate, I want the pandemic to come to an end. At any rate, I won't put the pandemic to an end. I want you to put the tasks into an end. I want you to put the tasks into an end. I want you to put an end to the tasks. I want you to put an end to the tasks. At any rate, I want the pandemic to end. At any rate, I'd like the pandemic to an end. I'd like the pandemic to come to an end. At any rate, 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 at any rate. At any rate, I want to eat something. At any rate, I want to drink something too cold. At any rate, I'd like to drink something too cold. At any rate, I'd like to drink something too cold. I'd like to drink something too cold. At any rate, I'd like to drink something too cold. At any rate, at any rate, at any rate, at any rate, at any rate. At any rate, let's deal with that tasks that we can do. At any rate, let's sleep. It's time we went to bed. At any rate, please calm down. At any rate, please calm down. The painting was rated at 120 million yen, which surprised the owner. Which surprised the owner. I want this painting to be rated more than 1 million yen. I want this painting to be rated more than 1 million yen. $1 million, but better, of course. Everyone should be rated, assessed, evaluated, valued fairly. Everyone should be rated fairly. Everyone should be rated fairly. The tourist spot used to be rated as rated the first in the ranking, but it came down to the second few years ago. The tourist spot used to be ranked the first in the ranking, but it came down to the second a few years ago. Everyone should be rated fairly. Everyone should be rated fairly. Everyone should be rated fairly. Everyone should be evaluated, valued, assessed, rated fairly. I hope my effort will be rated well. 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 If you keep making such mistakes, you will be rated as such. If you keep making such minor mistakes, you will rate as such. I hope my paintings will be rated well. I hope my music will be rated well. I hope my effort will be rated well. Everyone should be rated fairly. Everyone should be rated fairly. Effort should be rated. Effort should be rated. I hope my effort will I hope my effort will be rated well. No one knows my desire to be a doctor. No one knows my desire wanting to live in that country. I'm sorry to disrupt you, but I'd like to have a word with you privately. I'd like to have a word with you privately. And I want to tell you my desire in the secret meeting. Desire. I desire to enter the company, but I changed my mind. I desire to enter the university, but changed my mind. I desire to be a doctor to help patients, but I changed my mind. I'm clumsy, so I shouldn't be a doctor. And besides that, my test scores were not enough to enter such universities with medical course. Many people will desire to be rich, millionaire. Many people will desire to be rich. 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 If you have an English skill, it is desirable. English speaking skill is desirable for the position. Spanish speaking skill is desirable for the position. Desirable, 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 desirable. 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 Finishing the chapter by the time you graduate, you finish your first year is desirable. Finishing the chapter by the time you finish the first year is desirable. The desired video game will be released next month. The desired TV program will restart from next month. The desired amusement park is to open next week. The desired amusement park is to open to the public next week. The desired third edition of the video game will come out tomorrow. Everyone was waiting for the release. Everyone was waiting for the third of the video game to be released. It took about 5 years since the second version was released. Desired, 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 desired. My desired baby will be born soon. My desired baby will be born soon. Really? Your desired holidays will be longer this year. Your desired summer vacation will be longer this year. Good news for you. Your desired summer vacation will start soon. Where are you going? Do you have any plan? Your desired summer vacation will start soon. Where do you want to go? Desired, 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 desired. Desired, desired, desired. My desired summer vacation will start soon. My desired summer vacation will start soon. The desired reopen to the border will be soon. The desired reopen of the border to the foreign countries will be soon. The desired acceptance of foreign tourists from foreign countries started from June, but which is conditional. The desired acceptance of foreign tourists started with a condition on June, in June. Desired, The desired third edition of the video game will come out next year. The desired match between the Superstar A and Superstar B was done. The desired special match between the Superstar A and the Superstar B was broadcasted on TV. The desired special match between the Superstar A and Superstar B was not broadcasted on TV, but only online. Desired, 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 desired. My desired lunchtime has come. My desired lunchtime has come. I used to wait for the lunchtime all the time during the class. Do you too? I'm always thinking about the lunch. I always counted down to the lunchtime. I always counted down to the lunchtime. My desired lunchtime has come. I will let you go out on the condition that you come back by 5 o'clock p.m., okay? I was often told to come back by 5 o'clock p.m. by my mother. I was often told that I could go out as long as I came back by 5 o'clock p.m. I was often told my mother that I could go out on the condition that I came back by 5 o'clock p.m. I will let you go outside on the condition that you don't go beyond the security line at the beach. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.